Hey, Omid here. On this episode, I spoke with Alex, an avid ping pong player. He's ranked number 1 in Utah and has competed in many states, including California and Nevada. We talk about how he got into the sport, what the youth scene is like, how to get into competitive ping pong, and a bunch more. In the end, I ask Alex a fire round of questions which were pretty funny, and then, as always, he gives some good advice to aspiring players. So enjoy the episode. All right, 3, 2, 1. Alex, welcome to the Deem stream. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too, man.
So, we're friends and we play ping pong just for fun all the time. And I had no idea that you actually played competitive ping pong. How did you get into competitive ping pong?
Basically, my mom kind of forced me. She was like, "Hey, I'm already giving you lessons every single week from this one teacher, so you might as well go and try playing
So,
competitively."
when did you start playing competitive ping pong?
Probably since I was like 11 or 12, so like 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, it's been a
Really?
while.
Wow. So what's the scene like?
Uh, Unsurprisingly, mostly Asian, but
Really?
yeah, there's people of all ages, so you get to meet a lot of people, and but it's kind of skewed towards like Californians and like people from like Boston and New York. So yeah, that's really competitive scene.
Really, even in Utah?
Oh, um,
Or is it kind of that's just more the
that's more
ping
like
pong
the
scene?
the national, like, I guess in the U.S. scene. For Utah though, there's not too many like competitive people overall. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So how many, in the tennis world, there's probably like 500 competitive players in Utah or 1,000 even, but like how many are there for ping pong players?
Um, I'd say like only like a tenth of that, like around 50. So
Really?
yeah, I
Really?
could
So you're
definitely use
just
improvement.
constantly playing with 50 different people, and are the majority Asian, like you said?
Mm, the majority of the kids are Asian, but the adults can vary because adults are open-minded. So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
play with adults?
all the time. Yeah.
Really?
Utah, there's not many kids that are like really really serious about it.
Mhm.
Um, but there's like more adults that are like serious about it. So I play with adults like majority of the time. Yeah.
Okay. And is it a league type of thing, or is it, for fun or?
It's mostly for fun, but like in preparation for like competition out of state, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
What's out of state ping pong like for you?
Yeah, I haven't done it that much, but when I travel outside, it's usually towards like Las Vegas, so that's fun. Or let's say like LA. So
Uh-huh.
um, probably for like a weekend or two, and yeah, you just go and play with all kinds of locals there too, and people that travel around. Battle for cash, just like tennis.
Have you ever won
I won
any money?
some, but like it's very little
Yeah, yeah.
overall. I feel like it's tough. Yeah.
How do you, like how does if one wanted to get into ping pong, um, how does someone do that? How do you find a proper coach? How do you meet people that do that? Things like that. How is, I know your mom forced you into it. How did your mom know, about those kind of things?
Okay, so at least in our case, my mom met our coach probably just like at a party thing, like a social event. But if people do want to get into more competitive table tennis, at least like take lessons, they can just go to like an online website, like Utah Table Tennis on like the website, and
Uh-huh.
like there's a bunch of coaches there. So really, you just get a lesson from a coach as many times as you want, and you kind of see from there. Ask them for
Yeah.
advice and everything. So,
How often do you hear that, people say ping pong's not a sport?
ah man, I don't hear that often actually.
You don't? Wow.
Okay, it seemed to have grown respect recently, but there are quite a few. I bet there's a lot of people that are like, "Hey, table tennis isn't a sport because you don't move that much." But
What do you think when, people actually say that?
um, I think they could. They're probably a little ignorant, but it's. I can see why. I can see why they say it's not a sport. Um, a lot of the time, a lot of people when they play for fun, they don't really move that much, right? Like
Hmm.
when when we play, we're just blabbing and playing. But
Hmm.
like competitively, like so you do get very tired. You do move a lot, but you know
Yeah. So
that's very yeah.
you'd consider a workout then?
Uh, Somewhat like playing is a workout. Practice can be a workout like with like specific drills, but like playing casually is not like as most people say is not really a workout.
Uh
So
huh.
yeah.
So not a lot of people have seen like those professional videos. So what is, like the technique difference between just casual and professional play? That kind of a thing.
Um, I'd say competitive play is well they have more refined like strokes. Like usually there's a set form for that most people try to follow with like I think it's similar to tennis like forehand and backhand and slicing and everything. Casual play people like don't know what to do. They just kind of wing it and like base it off other things. Like I know some friends that'll base it off their tennis form. I bet you know examples of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's me pretty much.
yeah. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then uh, competitive play, they have they have the good technique. They have like perfect technique nearly. So
Hmm.
that they've like achieved through like many hours of practice and everything. So
Yeah. What does
yeah.
practice look like for you?
Well, I mean, since right now it's Corona time, I haven't practiced as much, but normally I'll practice for like an hour or two, and it includes like running for warming up,
Like a
stretching.
day? A day?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
I mean, if I was in Cali, I would probably do that if I wanted to get better. But
yeah, yeah.
in Utah, it's like once or twice a week
Okay.
for
That's still
practicing.
so much. So 4 hours a week of ping pong practice.
Yeah, that doesn't count the
Wow.
playing, but like yeah, practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have
Um,
someone to practice with you right now while, the lockdown's going on?
yeah, I do actually, and it's not a kid. If you wanted to know, we would probably like hit and play like twice a week, and like play a full on match. Try to keep our skills refined, honed.
Yeah. How
So
long how long are ping pong matches usually?
um, well, they can range from only like 15 minutes to like to almost an hour, I guess.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What's your most intense ping pong match been like, in Vegas or California where you've been?
Definitely in Vegas. Probably near one of the top tables where we were just like my opponent and I we just kept playing deuce if people know what deuce is and the game probably lasted for around an hour and we were kind of just like screaming back and forth like as you see in competitive play
Yeah.
and there were quite a few people watching and yeah it was very fun.
Did
Yeah,
you win?
no. I lost.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
That's good
kind of
though.
choked it. Yeah.
Wow, so an hour long deuce? Jeez.
mm,
Or like an
Virtually,
hour long
well,
match.
an hour long match with the deuce probably taking like 10, 15 minutes. It was
That's
crazy.
that's still quite a lot. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what would be some advice that you would give, to people that play ping pong and want to get better, or like young people that are aspiring to be a competitive ping pong player? Like, what's some
um
pieces of advice?
Honestly, um if you're really serious about it, like learn to have correct form right away so then you can improve off that. That's really where you raise your ceiling. But if you don't really care about that, then just play as much as you can with people better than you. Like it's like what they say, like if you play with people better than you, like you can't not improve, I guess. Like you get to see where your weaknesses are and everything. So and also like if you have time, like get a coach, get someone who's better than you to teach you how to play, and you'll find yourself quickly improving, hopefully. So
I know that tennis, is a pretty mental sport, and so is every sport. How how do you, you know, stay mentally strong during a match? What's kind of your strategy for that?
um, I really just say like I just say like well I think to myself that like I just tell myself no pressure because like you're here to play and do your best and really if people are watching and you get nervous, like you kind of just tell yourself that like they don't really like they're not really judging you for like who you are. Like just do your best. Getting over pressure is just like it just takes experience, I'd say. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so just
yeah.
practice, yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty much with everything else.
Yeah, yeah,
All
it's
right.
really similar in that way.
So I like put together, I don't know, 10 or so questions that you have to answer as quickly as you can.
Oh, really? Like
Like a
okay.
fire round of questions about ping pong.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
so I'll give them to you now. Here we go.
Okay.
Number one. What is your favorite ping pong movie?
Uh, um, I forgot. How do you even know the name, dude? What was that one with do you have a movie that you can give me? I know there's one
Is
that
is
yeah.
it like just about ping pong? I think maybe I'm thinking the same one because I really only know one ping pong
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
movie.
Tell me.
Ping pong player? Is it
Yeah,
that
probably
one?
that one. Probably that one. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Ping Pong Play is like the most famous ping pong movie
yeah.
for those of you who don't know. So go check that out. I think it's still on Netflix. So the next question is, could you beat Forrest Gump in ping pong?
Hell no, dude. I've seen that man play. Definitely not. He's
No?
a god. Yeah.
Yeah. There was like that scene that he was actually playing at the Olympics and he was just so
Yeah, insane.
yeah, he's pretty crazy. Okay, who's your favorite ping pong player?
Uh, probably I'm like a bandwagoner, so like Ma Long, the
Ma
world
Long's like the
champion.
best the
Yeah, he's
best
like the
player,
best of all
right?
time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is
I
he
really
still
admire him.
is he retired?
No, he's still playing, but
Yeah, that's a question that actually would pop up from that. Like, what age like? I know you can play any sport recreationally till you die, but what is kind of like the professional age range of ping pong players?
I'd say to get like at a really good stage, like 15 even to like 30,
Wow,
and then people start to decline from there. So it's quite a long range, big
wow,
range. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, next question. How much does your nicest paddle cost?
um, paddle and rubber combined, it'd probably be around 300.
What do you mean by rubber? Okay, 300 is just too crazy, but what do
I
you
know.
mean by rubber?
Okay, so like the rubber itself is like 100 each, dude.
For
So
each
if you,
side of the
mhm,
paddle? Oh my
mhm.
gosh. How
Yeah,
many,
yeah.
like, what? I thought there's just like one kind of rubber. Is that not how it
Well,
is?
there's different like versions of it. Like different companies manufacture different rubbers, and
Oh, so,
yeah, each rubber is pretty damn expensive.
so
So,
what's the name of your rubber for people who want to use your rubber?
so on the forehand, I have it's called Blue Fire,
Okay.
but yeah, it's red, and then on the backhand for black, it's called Tenergy. Uh,
I know
yeah,
those. I know those.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
um, wow. So 300 guys. Don't be afraid to spend that much on a paddle.
Probably shouldn't.
Okay. Have you ever played beer pong?
Yes, I have. I mean, without the
Really?
beer, of course, but yeah,
Without the beer? I don't. I
mhm.
don't believe you.
Trust
Okay.
me.
Okay. Uh, do you think playing ping pong has given you the advantage with beer pong? Like, have you gotten better at beer pong because of ping pong?
Mm, I don't think so because you're using your arm to like throw the ball and not a paddle. I think I'm relatively decent at it, but that just comes from separate things, separate skills. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Do you grunt when you play ping pong?
um, sometimes if the point's tiring or things get aggressive, I will grunt sometimes.
Mhm. Is
Yeah.
it sometimes for show? Gotta
Uh,
scare the opponent?
not really, actually. No, no.
No.
It's just for myself normally, but that also helps.
Does it actually help like when you hit with a grunt? Like does it actually make
Um,
it stronger or is it just like a habit thing?
probably like a habit. I don't know if
Yeah.
it really makes it stronger, but I'd like to think so.
All right, next time just try like not doing anything. See
Not
how it
grunting.
changes things.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. What is your favorite ping pong trick shot?
One that I can't do is like behind the back. I think that's really cool. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, what about one that you can do?
Um, Have you heard of the snake? Like
No, what's the snake?
basically, it's when the ball like gets underneath the table. You kind of like slice the ball one way, but then you come up with the other way. So then normally the opponent thinks it goes, let's say, to the right, but in reality, since you slice it to the left underneath the table, it goes to the left, and then they just get like snaked, you know.
How hard
So
is that move? Have you like done that successfully a bunch of times or
not really a bunch. It's so hard. I usually just jack it up and hope it works. It's not.
yeah, yeah.
It's really hard. Yeah.
Awesome. And then the last question, because I could not think of any other questions, was is the correct term ping pong or table tennis? Or what do you prefer?
I probably prefer ping pong, but a lot of people call it either. I don't really mind whatever people call it.
Yeah.
As long as they call it a sport, then I'm good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So ping pong is a sport, guys. You heard it from Alex himself. Professional. What's your rank in Utah? Do you
For
know?
what?
For ping pong.
For kids, obviously number one, but for adults and
Ooh.
kids, I just this isn't no kids. Okay, for adults and kids, I'd say like top five.
That's crazy.
Probably yeah, probably like
That's
number three or
crazy.
something. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, check out the website. I will put Alex's Instagram inconsensually, however you say that, below, and reach out to him if you have any questions about ping pong. All right,
Oh yeah,
Alex.
dude.
Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for inviting me, man. I appreciate it, Omid. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, do you know how to outro for the Deem stream?
My name's Alex Chi, and this is the Deem stream.
That's it.
All right.